and I think sometimes too familiar. So let's see with Page of Cups. Let's see. So yeah, she feels like it's all talk. And 7 of Wands, 4 Pentacles, 9 Pentacles. She just wants to focus on herself. I did say that I also see her leaning more towards Austin Butler, because I believe Austin and Harry are the same age, actually, which is kind of funny. But I think Austin is more aligned with what she's looking for. Hi everyone, welcome back to No Light Tarot. My name is Hallie, so grateful to have you all. Let's get into this reading. I'm really excited to be doing this. I have decided to add a membership perk. Well, I'm replacing the mystery video. I might do it every now and then, because if you didn't know this, a part of the membership was that I do like a mystery video. It hasn't really done as well as I thought it would, so I'm changing it to now you get ad-free videos for the membership. So you know how YouTube allows you to subscribe for ad-free videos? So I have a membership perk that's exactly that it is ad-free. So all the videos I release, I will release them longer format, not reels, but longer format videos. I'll release them to the membership, no longer pre-release, but just ad-free. So yeah, I'm excited for that. Okay, so let's get into it, which just be careful if you're a member, because I will release 2. So obviously I'll release it first for members, and they will be ad-free. So just reiterating that. Okay, so let's get into this reading. I'm doing a special couples update. I'm doing Harry Styles and Zoë Kravitz, who have been up and around, having fun, enjoying their life, which I'm happy for them, very, very happy for them. And we'll see what the outcome is. You know, Aquarius and Sagittarius. She's a Sun in Sagittarius, he's a Sun in Aquarius. We're known to partner very well together. I'm a Sun Aquarius. My favorite ex was the Sun in Sagittarius, but I've also had good relationships with Sun and Geminis. I'm only telling you that to be relatable. Which is another thing. If you don't like personal stories, I'm not the reader for you. I love focusing on growth, healing, and we use tarot as a medium, but we still have conversations. So if you're not interested in that, please find another reader. Okay, so let's get into this reading. I'm using the Earth Woman Tarot. I love this tarot deck, love it. It's by Tani Ellis, actually, I believe her name is. She's from the UK. She has some great stuff. This print in the background is from her too. I love that print. And yeah, so let's get into it. So the bottom of the deck, I'm going to start at the bottom of the deck for a reason. I'll explain to you why. I get the Empress, right? The Empress in reverse. So I did say this, I remember, not fully, but the last reading I did, they will be caught up about it. The last reading I did about them as a couple was that she felt as though, this is what I see about Zoë Kravitz, and she must have Earth in her chart. You know, being Sun in Sagittarius, usually Sun in Sagittarius are big on freedom. And you know, I've had this issue in relationships. Again, I'm relating it, I'll explain why. Where I ask for freedom and they think that it means we've broken up. So I think that she's seeing it through him. And I always say this about Aquarius men, dating Aquarius men. It feels like dating a friend, you know. And I think she's seeing through him what she needs more of in a relationship. So 3 of Pentacles, Knight of Cups. She wants to build. She wants something sustainable. Which, I don't know if you guys knew this, but she co-wrote Lavender Haze by Taylor Swift. I did not know that. I looked at the credits the other day because I was listening to Taylor Swift. I love Taylor Swift's music, most of it, except for this last album. And it said Zoë Kravitz, and I was like, wow, this is. And I looked up that she had initially wrote the original, but Taylor made her own version of it, which is so fascinating. I'm saying that, well, I just remember that hint because I think in relationships she has thought the other person is big on building. She starts to build with them, and then she realizes it's all talk. And I think she's seeing that with Harry too. Now I am going to come to Harry's defense because I do like to be non-biased. But Page of Cups, she's a big romantic. And Aquarius men are not the romance types. They are not. If you meet a romantic Aquarius man, he must have Sagittarius in his chart, or Cancer in his chart, or even Gemini, strong Gemini in his chart. But he's not Aquarius, Earth, and Libra like Harry is. And she was expecting more of that. She just feels like a sibling, you know, sibling types. And I've said that a lot about Aquarius men in general, that dating them is like dating a brother. Not like actually dating a brother, because that sounds weird. But like a family member, you know, they make themselves very familiar with you. And I think sometimes too familiar. So let's see with Page of Cups, let's see. So yeah, she feels like it's all talk. And 7 of Wands, 4 Pentacles, 9 Pentacles. She just wants to focus on herself. I did say that I also see her leaning more towards Austin Butler, because I believe Austin and Harry are the same age, actually, which is kind of funny. But I think Austin is more aligned with what she's looking for. I see her wanting to stay in America, in the USA. I think Harry is way more English prone to stay in England or live there, and parts of Europe too. It's just his personality type. I don't think his personality type would do well living in the USA. And because of that 9 of Wands, 4 Pentacles, and 9 Pentacles, she's going to start to recluse in the relationship. And when she starts to recluse, he's going to be like, why is she disappearing from me? Why is this happening? You know, kind of trying to find the mystery. Aquarius, I feel like I'm the Aquarius whisperer. We like mysterious people, but you can't be too mysterious that you don't let us in. That's when we're very not really feeling the vibe. And he's going to feel like she's mysterious. He likes that about her. She must have Scorpio in her chart, but he's going to like that. We like solving people. So I was actually watching this astrologer, right? And this is when I really got into astrology, because before I never understood why I did certain things. And I remember I was 29 living in LA. This was 6 years ago. And she said, if you want to be with an Aquarius, be like a puzzle. They want to constantly figure you out. I was like, why am I like that? It's so true. Aquarius, we're like that. We like to figure things out, you know. So don't reveal to us who you are all at once, because then we lose interest. I don't know why we lose interest, but we just do. Like it's not to say we don't like people to be honest with us about what they want, but if you are just all up front, all in the beginning, we're like, no. What does this person want from us, and why are they being so upfront? I know it sounds weird, and it sounds like we have trust issues, but it takes a long time for Aquarius to trust people. A long time. Even if we date you, we're still like suspicious until it's been like a year. Then we're like, okay, I can trust this person, you know. But that's just the way we are. All Aquarius I know are like that. So he finds her interesting. He thinks she's kind of like a puzzle. He's just, I think a lot of it's culture, and a lot of it is 10 of Wands, the Emperor, Queen of Wands. Wow. Okay, so he sees her with somebody that he wanted to pursue in the beginning, that she was interesting, she's beautiful, obviously very beautiful, and she takes action. She's very action oriented. Aquarius, we love when somebody is action oriented. We love that. If somebody is very takes charge, we love that. But it put him in a position of feeling like, okay, what is there for me to do, you know, which I find is very tricky about Aquarius men. Aquarius women, we're not like that. We like when people take action a lot, and we don't like to tell people how to take action, all that kind of stuff. We think that you should know already if you're interested. But with the men, Aquarius men, they often feel like, okay, this person's taking action, but where do I fit in? You know, a lot of Aquarius men struggle with self-identity. Kind of reminds me of that Shakespearean play. I don't think, you know, it's Hamlet. You know, to be or not to be. I think that's the big Aquarius man question: to be or not to be. You can say that too about Geminis, but a lot of Aquarius men, they struggle with, okay, I show up for this person, but I also want them to be themselves, you know, to be or not to be. And I see that happening with him, is that he's like, okay, I want to show up for her, but how do I do that? How do I express to her that I have feelings for her? He's going to get so caught up in his head that I don't see it going well. It's almost to the point where she's like, okay, do something, you know. 9 of Cups, 4 of Pentacles, and King of Pentacles. And because he also lacks, he must have, I think he has a Scorpio in his chart a little bit, but he needs to be more in tune with his emotions. He's very, which Aquarius we struggle with. I've learned this from my water sign friends, to have empathy and to be compassionate and to feel. You know, a lot of my Pisces friends have taught me that, Scorpio friends, Cancer friends, not too much, but to feel. But sometimes, especially with Aquarius men, they struggle. Aquarius, we have to find logic in why we feel a certain way. So that's why sometimes we come across robotic, and people don't understand that. They don't understand that we need to rationalize why we feel a certain way, then we can feel it. We don't just like to have emotions, because then we're like, oh my gosh, these emotions are taking over me and I have no control. You know, so a lot of our learning, our growing, is to realize that emotions have their place, and it's okay for them to be. It's okay for us to be, you know, to be or not to be is the ultimate question. I feel like a lot of Aquarius have, especially Aquarius men. I see them struggling with it a lot. That's why some Aquarius will drink or have substance issues, because they feel like there's a lot of pressure to be who society wants them to be or who they want to be. So they struggle with that. So with King of Cups, 5 of Pentacles, and King of Pentacles, he's going to focus more on money, and he's going to ultimately decide that it's not for him. He's practically already decided, and that's the thing about Aquarius. We decide in a month if we see a future with someone. And it reminds me so much, I say this all the time. I had this male Aquarius friend, and he was in a relationship for a long time with a Pisces woman, and he was just not feeling her, but he felt bad telling her the truth. He felt bad telling her the truth because he felt like, what is she going to do without me? And I had to explain to him that she existed before, she'll exist after, but he felt burdened by telling her the truth, you know. That's why lots of Aquarius ghost people, because we feel burdened by bringing bad news, and that oftentimes leads to people thinking that we're emotionless or whatever, but we just don't want to be the bearer of bad news, you know. Similar to Libras, you know. Now I'm thinking about it, even though if you watch my channel, you know how I feel about Libras. But that's why I feel like in my circumstance, I'm just relating it to myself to explain why it hasn't worked out with Aquarius men for me, because I feel like they're always hiding something. And it's funny, I did say this recently, that I had a colleague that was like, you're so mysterious, and I'm like, I don't mean to be, but Aquarius, we don't mean to be mysterious, we just have to trust you. We have to have had enough long time around you to trust you to be friendly with you, or to be genuine, like ultimately genuine. It takes a long time for Aquarius to trust. And that woman in that video, the astrologer, she said it takes a very, very long time for Aquarius to trust people. And once we trust you, we'll be friends for years. I've had my friends for years, because I trust them. But it takes time for us to, you know, like layers. We're like, okay, this is who I am, do you accept it? Okay, this is who I am, do you accept it? Because we feel judged a lot by society. We don't want to be judged by people around us too. So I don't know if that makes any sense. So let's see what the future holds for these two. I see her deciding. I don't like the back and forth. And you know, a lot of people will say to me, and I've experienced this too. I have dated people, a lot of Aquarius guys, and they will be in and out, because they'll ghost and then they'll feel bad for ghosting, so they'll come back, you know. And then when they come back, they're like, okay, they'll talk themselves into leaving, talk themselves into staying. If that makes any sense. I don't know if that makes any sense, but I see. But I see him being in and out and telling her he's not sure if he wants a relationship right now. Harry, you can do better than that. Yeah, he's gonna tell her, oh Lord. He's going to tell her, Seven of Cups, Queen of Cups, and the Devil, that I'm working on myself right now, and that it's not going to go as planned because, oh Lord, Harry, that she's everything he's been looking for, but he's not ready. He's still working on his demons, you know, the Devil card, Capricorn energy, Knight of Swords, and Five of Pentacles, and he's healing from the past. He's going to say that, and he doesn't want to affect. It's going to say it sounds like such a robot that she's not going to believe it. And you know what? I actually don't see her being cool with him after that. She's going to think, wow, what a jerk. Six of Swords, Ace of Swords, and the Magician. Six of Swords, you see the adventure walking away. She's going to be like, this is so fake. But I don't think he means to be fake. I really think he believes it, and he wants to be cool with her, and he wants to still do things with her. But I think that how he comes across is going to come across very superficial, very fake, very just very phony, and she's going to be like, get out of my life. So that's what I have for you all. I would love to hear your opinion. Please comment below, but please be respectful.